Hey guys, first of all, Comic Book University and Aquaman, issue number 29. This was an amazing issue. This was a great issue. Okay, I'm going to try and not spoil it at the very end. Wow, guys. All right, so check this out. We got Dolphin having a conversation with Aquaman. All right, clearly she wants him to help out, and she's trying to explain things, but he's just being such a butthead about it. He's being all self-loathing. I can't be the king anymore. I can't do this. So she uses her bioluminescence underwater to make little symbols of the other Justice League members. And it's like, oh yeah, I know these guys. Oh no, because I'm with them, I'm a hero, blah, 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 blah. And then she explains she's able to use just the bioluminescence without being able to use any regular language. She's not educated that way. And of course, she can't talk. And she's able to teach Arthur a very important lesson that gets him to suddenly remember exactly who in the hell it is that he really is supposed to be, who he was born to be. And it's one of those things, like, he keeps on, I don't really like to use the term, but like here, he's legit mansplaining. Maybe it's fish-splaining. All right, he's trying to like mansplain to her. And the looks on her face, guys, Dan Abnett is an amazing storyteller. I don't think anybody's questioning that. But, okay, here's where I butcher a name. Stepan Sejic. Okay, this guy on art, on color, on covers. He's one of the few guys who actually does his own covers. And the cover looks good and you buy it and then you open it up and you're like, oh my God, it's the same. And it's amazing. This freaking guy. This guy right now, I've got to learn his name and I got to do everything in my power to try and interview this guy. Because right now, because of the facial features, just on Dolphin alone, but legit on every single character in here, the facial features that they all give, this guy has got to be one of my all-time favorite artists right now. He could tell a story. If nobody was writing down any words anywhere and it was just him writing, drawing and inking and the colors and all that stuff, and there were no words in this, I would still know what's going on in this comic book. That's how tight his facial expressions are. Okay, so moving on, we see Vulko having a conversation with the undead dudes in there, the guardians of the vault. And one of them is, he finally gets the one dude's name right, the guy with the face that's missing. And this one actually starts talking back to him, which is pretty cool. He's talking to Lady Odine. And he's like, so anyways, what's going on? It's like, hey, you still cheat in those games? You used to always cheat with me. Just the conversations are great, man. Vulko with no superpowers or anything could just take on whomever, but they're able to get through and get to exactly what they want, and they see a pretty cool artifact when they get in there. And I'm just saying, if your heart doesn't skip a beat, you might not be the Aquaman fan you thought you were. That's all I'm saying. But talking about superpowers, you get to see Mera and Garth. And they're fighting against the leaders of the what is his name, Loke, of the silent school, and just, oh man, it's wicked. It's wicked. He's able to get her through the Crown of Thorns, but she might not be able to get out. That's the really tricky, messed up part about it. But regardless, the end of this comic is the thing that's really amazing. The end of the comic actually shows, Krush goes up and he's having a conversation with Commander Merc. All right, Merc is the guy who killed Arthur Curry. All right, and Krush is like, listen, I've got information. He's trying to be cool about it, but now, finally, he just explains. He's like, I know that the false king, Arthur Curry, is still alive. So he's like, And the looks on his face, again, this goes right back to the idea this guy draws like the best facial features, the facial expressions. Even with Vulko, his face torn up from all the fights he's been in, missing the eye and everything, just battle scars, he still gets the facial expressions where you know what he's saying, even though he's not saying anything. And Krush is like, what's wrong? He's like, of course he's still alive. And then he freaking eviscerates Krush. Holy crap, I about fell out my chair. About fell right down and everything. Like, wow. Like, here's the thing. I think every single person out there who's reading this comic book, who knows and loves these characters, knew that there's no way that this guy went and killed Arthur. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no way. And yet, here it is. The redeeming factor is just, it's beyond belief. And it's just, wow. And that was a messed up kill. I'm just saying, just seeing this kill is worth it. Guys, I'm giving this comic an A+. I had so much fun reading this issue. This arc is great. This title is great. This issue was just, it was like that step above. It's like you know, the after the Empire Strikes Back, when you're on the feeling of a low, and then suddenly you start seeing that the heroes are going to be able to make their return. They're going to be able to come back. Dude, that's that feeling where you're just like, all right, everything, there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. This is an awesome title, and if you guys aren't... Guys, listen, I'm being serious when I say this. If you're just a fan of Professor Bill, and I mean, why wouldn't you be? Modesty. But you're not reading this title, please take my recommendation and go out and buy a trade paperback of this comic. I do not believe you will be disappointed at all. Give it a shot, guys. It's really that good. This is an amazing title. I'm going to drop it at that. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.